Alright, Torolf, welcome to a new Pauper video. Me and you play Pauper all the time. Every time I come on Cardmarket, it's so cool. Welcome everyone to a new Pauper video. We are a Cardmarket here. I love to play Pauper videos. I shoot them all the time on Mango's Workshop as well. That's my YouTube channel where I do all the paper gameplay. I have a couple of lands and I can work my way to my game plan, which is putting things from the graveyard, putting things back from the graveyard, and deal a lot of damage with Loathlight Giant to Torolf.
Whenever Andrea's here, we're gonna record a Pauper match, and today I'm playing my favorite deck right now. It's blue-black Faeries. It's sort of an aggro mid-range control deck, which shows the colors and the possibilities of the deck, because you can have a very fast start and outrun your opponent with card value, or you can take it slow, or you can something in between. There are a lot of decisions to be made. Everything changes, so it's gonna make up for a very awesome game.
Actually, this deck is from my channel partner, Tommy. He gave it to me.
Oh, so you play a good deck from a good player?
Good deck from good player. You can't ask for more. We do all sorts of videos on the Mango's Workshop, but for now, I just have a basic forest, and it's your turn.
This is your good deck? Basic forest, go?
Wait for it, wait for it. It's gonna be better, I promise.
I'm gonna start off with a creature. So I'm playing an island, and we'll play a Fairy Seer. That looks like it's only there to scry, but it has a different hidden mode you'll see next turn. I will scry too.
What's the hidden mode? Flying?
I will scry like this. Unfortunately, I don't have another play.
End of turn, I'm gonna cycle a troll here. I'll pick up a basic swamp.
No.
Let me tell you, every time I played it against Tommy, he always has turn to Exhume and brings this thing into play. Let's see if I am as lucky and top decks the Exhume.
No.
I didn't. But I have a super powerful card, Malevolent Rumble. This says reveal the top 4. And put, Exhume is not great there. And put a permanent among these in my hand and makes an aggressive spot. This is one of the best cards in Modern right now. I'm gonna pick up this City Wayfinder, and then it's your turn.
And you also milled a Dredge card, which is absolutely relevant for your deck's game plan.
The viewers don't need to know about it.
And a Flashback Nard to the Bone. Okay, so you're living the good life.
Yeah, I would say it was not a bad turn.
I would draw, play a Swamp, and do the best thing since 2001.
What's that?
I will attack with my Fairy.
Okay.
Are you blocking?
No.
I need you to.
Oh, so unexpected.
This is Ninja of the Deep Hours. It costs 4 mana as a 2/2, but if you ninjutsu it, meaning if you have a creature that attacked and wasn't blocked, you can ninjutsu it, trade it for the creature, and now it's attacking when it deals damage to you, which it just did. You take 2 damage, I draw a card. Done. You're gone.
Alright, instead of taking a draw step, I'm gonna Dredge. This is one of the stronger mechanics of all time, which means I can replace my draw step, putting the imp in my hand, and mill the top 5, because it says Dredge 5. This is Dread Return, a super powerful card that they just somehow meant a comment.
So you chose to draw a 1/2 flyer instead of a real card.
Exactly, but you know, putting those 3 cards in my graveyard definitely has its value. Let's tap 2 and play City Wayfinder. This card is another mill engine. I'm gonna reveal the top 4 and pick up a land among them, put it in my hand. Actually need it.
Oh, is that a house? The Mega Bricks!
We bricked. This is a lot of no lands here. Oh no, I didn't find any lands. Missing a land drop on turn 3 could be deadly for so many strategies. But Dredge is actually a deck that is just so ahead game 1 against anyone that, you know, eventually we'll find our lands, eventually we'll find our game plan going. Don't panic, we have it under control. Well, I don't have a play, Torolf. It's your turn.
Oh, can you hear that?
What's that?
Music in my ears.
Go ahead.
I was afraid that something happens to me, but now I'm good, I think. Now we have stabilized, we have a card draw engine going. I will attack you.
I will make so that you don't draw a card. I'll chump block.
Okay, but you can't keep that up forever, right? It's turn 3 and I already have a difficult decision. I have that Fairy Seer in hand and I could play it again, but I also have a counter spell. I can only do 1. Now is the question, do I expect Andrea to do something that is worth countering? Maybe, probably not. But also keeping up the counterspell will signal with flashing red lights to Andrea that I do have interaction because I didn't play the Seer that he also knows I have. So I will go and risk a little bit. Maybe Andrea does something powerful. I don't expect it, to play the Seer and then keep the counterspell for the much later big threats. I'll play an island and a Fairy Seer. You know that card, it's Grice 2, but those 2 cards aren't Bojuka box, so we just
Put them on the bottom.
And I end my turn.
That's it? All right.
That's it.
Untap and draw. I could dredge another imp, but I want lands now, so I'm just gonna take a draw step.
1 second. Before you enter your main phase, I'm gonna do something that looks a bit weird, but I think it's gonna be good in this one. I'm gonna cast down
Oh, wow.
your Eldrazi spawn.
Cast down. Well, wait a second. I can flash back now to the bone and gain infinite life. It's not infinite.
Do that.
I want to do that.
Okay, so it's dead.
Daze is banned in Pauper, so this Malevolent Rumble should resolve here.
So you get the spawn back.
I got the spawn back indeed. And, ooh, look how many lands now.
And the Surveil land.
I'm gonna take it actually. I'll take a Conduct Pylons here over the other options. Put a spawn into play, but I draw step the land as I want it, so I'll play it. It's a red and green land, and I pass the turn. As you go, I'm gonna rearrange my graveyard. I need more space.
So you say you're using your graveyard as a second hand. Yeah, it's for the viewers, it's a bit complicated, but
For the opponent as well. I'm ready to block.
You're going to block?
I don't want to give you a card.
Okay, I will attack.
Block.
All right, so you take 1.
1 damage. Do you have another ninja?
No ninjas.
Thankfully.
I have something way more powerful. I'll play an island,
Are you becoming?
and I'm introducing the best mechanic ever printed on Earth.
Are you becoming a regal?
Yes, I'll play Thorn of the Black Rose. Now it's a 4 mana 1/3 with Death Touch, which is not the
good.
exciting part.
Not good.
Actually, quite good. 1/3 Death Touch, very important if you want to block. I don't want to block, I want to attack. But I also want to draw cards. So we're gonna introduce the Monarch.
The king wear pink sunglasses?
We're in Berlin. That means, as long as I have those glasses, at the end of the turn, I'm gonna draw extra card. And if you want those glasses,
Pretty sure that's not how glasses work in
Attack
Magic
me.
Tournament. In my draw step this time, I'm going to dredge. I have a 4th land drop, and yeah, so let's dredge 5. Ooh, that's an original bottom.
I want that.
All right. I'll play Conduct Pylons, which is gonna allow me to surveil 1. I have so many things and so little going on over here.
What is happening now? What is your
You know
goal?
what's happening? I'm gonna mill some more.
Mill some more.
That's what's happening. Ooh, Lothla Giant. I was looking for this guy.
Now this is the dangerous part.
I want to land. I don't know. I want all the land drop. This deck hard casts a lot of their things. All right, and that's it. That's my turn. Okay, so it may seem like we're not doing anything. Torov is drawing extra cards with his Monarch, and I'm just here milling some cards and making unassuming plays. But this deck has one thing that most Pauper decks don't have: inevitability. Our late game is so powerful. We're just gonna be casting Lothla Giant after Lothla Giant, Dread Return, just putting that thing on the stack, and eventually counterspells will no longer work. So don't worry again, don't panic. We have this under control.
I'll draw for turn. I will start my turn with an Augur of Bolas. It's a 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, I can look at the top 3 cards in my library
And put it at the bottom.
and show you this Brainstorm that I have.
No, lucky.
I'll put this Brainstorm in my hand. And I'm actually gonna again destroy the spawn token you have
Enough out.
to draw more cards because it's basically a race now.
Yeah, I was going to block your ninja once again.
So I'm paying 4 life for Snuff Out, which means I don't have to pay its mana cost. I do have a Swamp, so that works. And now you can sacrifice the Eldrazi for mana, right? You have
Yes.
1 mana.
I have 1 mana in my pool, and before you go to combat, I'm gonna flashback No to the Bone.
What does it do?
You gain 2 life for each creature in my graveyard, which is currently 13. So I would gain 39 life if this card resolves.
I will let that resolve. You can have any life you want.
Thank you.
I'm gonna attack you for 4. And by taking 4 damage, I will draw a card, which is a tapped land that makes black mana. But not the right one.
Oh, a Bojuka Bog.
I will show you a different land that makes black mana comes into play tapped, but unfortunately still not Bojuka Bog.
All right.
I will return the swamp to my
Very
hand.
powerful.
And with that, it's your turn.
Okay, representing counterspell, I see. I take a draw step. Unfortunately, I don't have any more Stink with him in my graveyard, so I'll take a draw step. I'm gonna start a turn with unearthing this little Scrapwork Mutt. This activation can't be countered as it's unearthed. 1 in a red comes into play and dies exiled end of turn. I'm gonna discard a card and draw a card. But instead of discarding and drawing, what I'm doing is I'll discard this Stink with him and I'll dredge it. So it's basically a 2 mana mill 5.
Pretty good.
You'd be like, Mango, watch out, you're decking yourself.
Yeah, watch out, you're decking yourself.
Don't worry, this deck doesn't worry about that. And then I'll tap 3.
Yes.
And I'll play the one and only Stink with it.
Ah, look at that.
1-2 Death Dash. We haven't mentioned that. I'm not even bother attacking with my Scrapwork Mutt. I'll just pass and this goes to the Exile Zone.
At the end of your turn, I'm gonna cast a Brainstorm. I'm gonna put back those 2, and then I'm gonna cycle a Lauren Revealed, which basically makes so that I don't have to see those cards again. So I'm getting an island. I have a fresh new library. Draw. I will tap a blue for a Faeries, which scries 2.
Let's go.
I will put this one on the bottom and this one on the top. Then we're gonna attack.
Easiest block of all time.
All right, Ninja's gone.
Death Patch. I'll take 3.
I will play an island and then tap my Demi Aqueduct and a blue mana to cast a Gurmak Angle. Ooh. This is the beef of the deck, the powerhouse. It's a 7 mana 5/5, but if you want, and you should, you can remove cards from your graveyard to make him cheaper. So I'm gonna remove 4 cards. It costs only 3. Your turn.
Untap.
At the end of the turn, I'm the monarch.
You are, as you can see from your sunglasses.
I will draw a card.
Untap and draw. All right, I'll play Conduct Pylons, once again surveilling. And then Torov. Well, you've seen it before, and you'll see it again. Stink with him. I didn't dredge it this time. Okay, you can go.
Where is my Bazooka Bog? Is it here? Maybe. I'll cast a Brainstorm.
Okay.
Go on! Bazooka Bog! I will put back 2 cards.
Sorry, don't look at me right now. I'm just doing some calculations on my phone. Some quick math, you know.
I will also cast a Preordain, which scries 2. Let me think about those 2 lands. I don't want them. And draw a card. I mean, eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually you find it.
Eventually I'm gonna get there. Since I don't really think I'm gonna get you over damage over time, I'm gonna just play an island and say go.
Why, you don't attack?
No.
All right, well,
At the end of the turn, I'm the monarch. I'm gonna draw a card.
And after that, I'm gonna cast another Gnaw to the Bone.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Andrea casts a Gnaw to the Bone for so much life, and we could counter it. But we are not winning over combat damage. That ship is long gone. He can get to 1 million. I wouldn't counter that. But I will use all my resources to deny Andrea the big spells that actually could be dangerous for me, or find my Bazooka Bog to end the game.
You know what? I can even flash this back next turn. I would say that your main way to win this game now is decking.
Yeah, I hope you brought some lunch, because it's gonna be a long battle.
I'll take the draw.
Yeah.
I'll play my land. I'm going to filter black mana with my Conduit Pylons and tap 3 more to play Dread Return. Dread Return is one of the strongest cards of Magic. For 4 mana, you can return any creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it has flashback. But for now, I'm just hard casting. The target of it, you may ask, looks like Giant. When it comes into play, you lose 17 life.
Okay, I was considering letting it resolve if I survive, but since I don't, I'm just gonna tap 2 and play a counter spell, which, as the name says, counters the spell.
All right, and that's it. That's my turn. You can go.
Okay, so now you're just presenting lethal damage every turn, and I have to find an answer. I will draw another card. Again, not the card I'm desperately looking for, but we're gonna look. Preordain, scry 2. Combat damage does not matter anymore.
No.
So we're gonna put away this removal spell and draw a card from the Preordain. And then, well, we'll use a Brainstorm. Let's go look further. 1, 2, 3. I will put back those 2. And then I'm gonna use the Demi Aqueduct to cast an Ogre of Bolas again. I know those 2. If this is the Bazooka Bog, I'm gonna cry.
Let's do it. Ah! No.
Okay, I will show you a snuff out. And then we're gonna play a Swamp and draw a card for the end of the turn. Monarch! You will know next turn.
I will know next turn. Draw. I play a Malevolent Rumble. Does it resolve?
It does.
I'll look at the top 4.
4 more cards!
Ooh.
So the US might be a bit confused, but this is now actually Mango's life total. And your life total right now is 9.
I'll pick up a Lothla Giant here, get a spawn token.
Okay.
Can cast it now, but we have plans for next turn. I'll tap 1 red, 1 green, and I want to flashback the Scrapwork Mutt. You let me?
I let you.
I'll discard a Generous Ent and draw a card.
Draw more cards. Life total 8. You can see it on the Doomsday clock right about here.
You know what I'm doing here? I'm gonna pay.
No.
Gonna pay another red with a Conduit Pylons, and I'm gonna reanimate another Scrapwork Mutt.
Really?
Discarding a card, drawing a card.
Why?
Then I'm gonna sacrifice 3 creatures, and I'm attempting to reanimate the flashback of Dredge Return. Reanimate Loathly Giant.
That sounds equally lethal as last turn, so I'm gonna counterspell it.
How many counterspells have we gotten through there?
2.
Okay.
There are 2 more left.
In your hand, probably. They're put it. I don't attack with this Stink Within because I don't want the Monarchy. I don't want to draw extra cards.
I'm not sure if that's beneficial for you.
All right, go.
Draw a card. Ooh, that is a strong magic card, my friend. Let's play it. I'm gonna draw 3. Unfortunately, none of those.
Are you sure you put it in your deck?
I'll play a land for turn, which is a Seething Landscape. I could cycle if I red. I don't even have red. And as of usual, attacking is not in the question. So I'm gonna draw a card from my glasses. I do now have 8 cards in hand. So I will discard one of the snuff outs.
All right, I'll take a draw. I'm gonna tap all of my lands to put a lethal card on the stack. It's Loathly Giant.
I again have to decline. That seems way too powerful. I'm gonna counterspell number 3, the Loathless Giant.
Go.
I'm running out of counterspells, I'm getting honest. Draw, Andrea.
Yes.
We're gonna draw again.
Okay. If you draw, you draw it.
I did not draw it.
Wow.
I'm gonna cast an Augur of Bolas again, looking at the top 3 cards of my library.
Augur. Yeah, it's there? Yes!
It's not funny. It is not funny.
It is very funny.
I'm gonna show you a Spell Pierce, and I'm gonna put the...
Is it second to the top now?
I'm gonna attack with my Grommet Angle.
No blocks.
You take 5. I'm gonna play a land for turn, and at the end of the turn, I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, you gotta get back to the second to last card.
Yeah, and then I have 9 cards in hand, so we're gonna discard 2 lands.
All right, untap and draw. Ooh, look at what I just drew. A Loathly Giant.
Is it an instant? Is it a non-creature spell? Does it cost 3 mana?
No. Oh, yes! What a great win! Suffocating Fumes is quite good against Dwarf, so that's what's gonna come in. I don't need to change much in my cyber configuration. Maybe bring in 1 or 2 Ancient Grudge only. And yeah, let's get this done.
As you've seen from the game, spot removal isn't that great. So I'm gonna board out some of those because drawing too many is a liability. And we're gonna bring in some cards that interact very well with Andrea's deck, a Relic of Progenitus and a Duress, but also we will bring in some life gain. Because if we manage to get enough life so we get out of that troll reach, we can handle the creature. It's just a big creature, but the main important is that we don't die to the trigger, and those might help to get there. I've loaded up on more graveyard removal, which I hope I draw.
No, I don't care if you put them in, you just don't draw them.
Okay, we'll see about that. I'll play an island, and I will start with a Relic of Progenitus.
Okay. I also have a Graveyard Hate. Go. Oh, my gameplay will be much different now.
Relic of Progenitus says 1 mana, tap, target player removes a card from their graveyard from the game, and for 1 mana I can sacrifice it to remove all cards from all graveyards from the game and draw a card.
Turn 1 Relic, no! That is a big problem. Well, we can still artcast our cards here, or maybe just bait Torov into sacrificing the Relic if I cast an Exhumer or Dredge Return. Let's see how this goes.
It eats your graveyard and it's a reset button. One of the key parts of that deck is that the Augur of Bolas actually doesn't have too many cards to hit. Now, it's no Satyr Wayfinder, which misses all the time, as we've seen in Game 1, but it is something you might want to set up if you can, and the card that helps you, obviously, is Brainstorm, because once you put a card back on the top of your library, you can hit it with Augur of Bolas, because you know it's a spell that you just put there. So instead of playing it turn 2 and hoping, we're gonna play it turn 3 with a Brainstorm to get all the value out of it that we want. I will cast a Brainstorm.
Ooh,
in main
Brainstorm, okay.
Draw, and I will put back 2 cards that I don't want to draw. I will play a tap land, which is an island and a swamp, and it's your turn.
Okay, untap and draw. Last game, I started with Malevolent Ramble. This game, I'm gonna do the same. So I'll pick up on a Dredge Spawn, then I'll reveal the top 4, and I'll pick up a permanent among them and put it in my hand. I feel like a land is more value than this Rubble Belt Maverick, so I'll just take a land here. And you can go.
At the end of the turn, I will make you remove 1 of your creatures.
1 might zoom. Hey,
one of your cards.
Well, you wish I removed the card.
I tried the Yeti trick, it didn't work. I'll draw the card I know, and then I will cast an Ogre of Bolas, which I know will hit at least this card.
All right. How many Bishuka bots?
I'm not gonna talk about it. I will show you a counter spell.
All right, that's important to know.
I will put this card on top of my flush. I add the counter spell to my hand. I'll play an island for turn, and it's your turn.
Okay, untap and draw. I'll start with a Conduct Pylons to surveil a card. Ooh, it's a Gnaw to the Bone. I'll put it in the graveyard. I think I need some creatures going, and I think this Evolution Witness can have a good life over here.
Oh.
What for sideboard? You maybe don't have that many removal spells anymore. Pay 2, adapt 2. Whenever this card gets a +1/+1 counter on it, I can return target permanent card from your graveyard to my hand. So you can go.
I would like you to exile one of the cards. Very good, thank you very much. I still think we have a few more rounds to go before we have to take care about countering spells, so I'm gonna play my island and another Throne of the Black Rose, which makes me the monarch. Let's be honest, it's a party, and I am invited. Attacking seems like a horrendous idea, so we're gonna draw a card.
All right, I'll untap and draw. I'm gonna cycle this Troll of Khazan-dûm, pick up a basic swamp, and then play it. And because you're tapped out with your relic, I'm gonna sacrifice this pawn for mana, tap 4, and attempt to dread return my Troll of Khazan-dûm.
Works.
This is a 6/5 that can't be blocked by 3 or more creatures, so very, very hard for you to block it. Go ahead.
But you also have one less card. If I activate the relic now, I'm gonna eat something relevant.
You do, yes, finally.
Draw for a turn. Yes, I'm gonna do it now, because I don't want to give you an option to.
I'm gonna exile Gnaw to the Bone.
And then I'm gonna cast a Faeries, which scries 2. None of those are Berjuka Box.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put them on. And I'm gonna cast a second Faeries. Again, none of those are Berjuka Box. So we're gonna put them down. I will play a tapped land for turn. And at the end of the turn, I'll draw again.
I'll play a basic forest, and it's time for me to go into combat.
Hit me.
Troll of Khazan-dûm comes in for 6. Remember, exactly, you can't block it unless you put 3 creatures in front of it.
So this is 3 creatures. Yeah, as long as the Death Touch creature deals damage, I'm fine.
All right, well, I got 6 damage. I'm gonna deal them to, only 2 creatures actually. Yeah, not much I can do about it. To this 2 over here.
So they die.
They die. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll tap 2 and I'll adapt the Evolution Witness, because I can now put 2 counter here, and when I put counters on it, I can return a permanent from a graveyard to my hand.
This is a tough choice. Yes, we could use the relic to deny the Evolution Witness from getting a card. And it might even be long-term beneficial because Andrea might do it again. But I think we can deal with just some cards that Andrea gets, because we are in a prime position to keep up with that value and just deny Andrea to having all the big and important spells. We are the monarch. Look at this. We are drawing 2 cards each turn, but also our hand is stacked. So I think we should have Andrea win this little victory over the graveyard, but in the end, win the war.
I will return this Troll of Khazan-dûm to my hand. And I'm gonna do now a little value plan. I'm gonna tap 1 mana to cycle Generous End, pick up a basic forest, and then I'm gonna pay a green, exile Rubblebud Maverick from my graveyard, put a counter on the Evolution Witness, and when I do so, I can return once again a permanent to my hand. So I'm gonna return this Generous End to my hand, and pass the turn to you. My hand is now full. I haven't had the monarchy, but still lots of value.
Having a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, this is Pauper. At the end of the day, it's who makes more value.
Let's see who has the most value. I'm gonna tap 4 and play a card you haven't seen yet, but it's part of the big engine of the deck. I'm gonna play a Murmuring Mystic. Whenever I now cast an instant or sorcery spell, I make a 1/1 blue bird token with flying. So whenever I interact with you, I get a little bonus. Speaking of bonuses, I'll draw a card, because I'm the monarch.
Can I go to my draw step?
Actually, before you do something, I want that Dredge card to be gone.
Draw. Okay, so I know you have counterspell. So I, first thing first, come in with my 5 and 4.
Yes, I'm gonna not give up the monarchy. It's been too pleasant. I'm gonna block with the Faeries.
It doesn't sound great to jam into a counterspell mana up, but somebody has to do that. That's what my deck does. I tap 6 lands and I play Generous End.
I tap 2 lands and make a bird, so I'm counterspelling it. Woo!
This would have been a very large 5/7 reach. Of course, gets countered. You can go
untap. I will tap my Relic of Progenitus
in the upkeep.
I didn't even untap it. It's just tapped. Draw a card. we're gonna have to find more stuff to do. So I'm gonna tap 5 mana to cast Aloran Revealed, making yet another bird. Those are very good cards. I'll play a land, unfortunately not a blue one.
Ooh, you don't have counterspell up.
I do not have a counterspell up, but I will attack you for 2. And at the end of the turn, I mean, I keep saying it, it's awesome. I'll draw another card. If I survive the next turn, I think I'm good. Go.
I'll draw, start by killing one of your Stormcrows, and then... All right, well, the Generous Entity didn't resolve last turn. Hopefully it resolves this one.
Okay, yes, you get...
All right, this is a 5/7 reach. When it comes into play, I make a food, and you can go.
Okay, I'll draw a card. I will tap another 4 mana for yet another Murmuring Mystic. And since I do want to play a land every turn of the game now, I will cycle Aloran Revealed. I will get an island and play my land for turn. I'm not attacking because A, you can block, and B, I want to block, but I will draw a card for the Monarch.
What's that? Bazooka Bug? You can have Bazooka Bug if you want this turn.
I really enjoy the irony of all of this.
I'm attacking with both of my creatures this time.
Yes, I will spend both of my expendable creatures to block you 2 biggies.
And then I'm looking for land drops. I'm gonna play a City Wayfinder. I'll reveal top 4 and I'll put a land into my hand. There are none, so I put all these 4 in the graveyard.
So far it was reveal 8, do nothing.
I'll surveil 1. Of course, this would be a land for sure.
Why didn't you survey first?
Well, if it's a land, it's bad. There was a land, by the way. That's okay, I don't need lands, I have so many. And then I'm tapping all 6 mana to play Roll of Khazad-dûm.
Yes, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna counterspell it. Now, we make 2 birdies.
And it's your turn.
I will tap my right again, yes?
Yeah, I'll exile this expendable card.
And then I'll draw a card. So now, this party is going to be awesome. I will play a Bazooka Bog and exile in your graveyard.
Bye-bye, graveyard.
At least I did it. I did do it. I didn't lose the game without playing a Bazooka Bog. And with that, it's your turn. I draw a card.
Untap.
Oh, that was the best card ever.
Draw. I'll start with attacking with my 2 large creatures.
Yes, each of those will get blocked by a Stormcrow.
I will tap 7 lands to play a 6/5 with no abilities.
Sure.
In response, I'm gonna mill my whole deck and you die! No, that's not how it works. I don't have any responses. You can go.
At the end of the turn, before I do anything else, I will cast an Agony Warp, which gives -3/-3, targeting the weakness. Now, as we remember, just 10 seconds ago, it did have A damage, which means this one dies. I will get 2 tokens. And I will also exile it. Yes, you're right. And since I have so much mana at the end of the turn, I'm gonna also brainstorm for more tokens. Brainstorm, 1, 2, 3. I will put those 2 back and I'm gonna shuffle my library because I don't want to draw any of those 2. Find an island and untap. You have no cards in your graveyard. All right, I'm gonna draw a card. I will attack you with 1 of those Stormcrows. But no, you're not gonna take the damage.
Ooh.
I'm gonna sneak in a ninja! Ooh, ninja.
That works. I take 2 damage.
I'm gonna draw a card. And then, well, we'll keep growing more cards. Give them to me. I will make 2 birds and draw 1, 2, 3. Andrea, this is the good life, I tell you. At the end of the turn, I will draw the Monarch. I will never, ever give it up. Like the Monarchs in real life. And then I'm gonna discard. I don't think I need this or this island.
Untap and draw. This game doesn't look good for me. Okay, maybe now it looks a bit better. I'll tap 3, use the Pylon for red, and I'll try to Ancient Grudge your Relic of Progenitus. Ancient Grudge is very powerful. It has flashback, so it basically dodges the counterspell.
Yeah, Relic is gone.
Relic?
I don't even want to draw a card. That's how sad I am.
I'm gonna cast a Scrapwork Mutt, trying to discard a card and drawing a card. I'll discard a Lothal Giant and draw a card. Is it even worth it to attack here? Yeah, I guess so. Lothal Giant certainly comes, whereas this one stays back as a reach creature.
This one's just a 6/5, right? All right, I'm gonna walk with 1 bird.
That's a good choice. And then I'm gonna play a Forest, tap 4, and I'll attempt to Dread return the Lothal Giant to the battlefield.
Andrea, I have a question.
Yes.
How much mana do you have left? And is it less than 2?
0.
Would you like to pay 2 more for my spell
I
pierce?
have 9 lands and I got Spell Pierce.
Oh!
And you have now so many more Stormcrows. All right, you can go.
I will draw. Oh, I'll play Pyramid. I'll get 2 more birds. Now those birds can't attack. 1, 2. Look at those Bazooka Bogs. It's still good. Yes, I'm gonna draw the Bazooka Bog and play it. And I have 6 bird tokens. They're gonna visit you.
I'll block 1.
You take 5. And I've played a land. I'm extremely happy, and don't forget it, the monarchy still exists. I'll draw a card.
I'll take a draw step. I'll attempt to resolve this Malevolent Rumble.
Don't like it. I will play a Spellsnitter Sprite, but in response for the trigger, I will play another spell on the side. So now I have 2 fairies.
Torov, I want to withdraw from this game.
Yay!
I was a little bit cautious with Ancient Grudge. I only brought 1 for the relic. I'm gonna add a second copy of that, hopefully. Torov doesn't start with a relic on turn 1 once again. Torov, remove those glasses.
But I like them.
No, I hope you don't wear them this game.
Is this how normal people see?
I have a interesting hand. I think it's a keep.
Not gonna keep. This might be controversial, but doesn't seem good to me. I know that hand looks pretty good. I mean, we have an island, a preordained, Augur of Bolas. We have so much value and we're probably not gonna miss on the land. But hear me out. It says probably. Actually, you have seen Andrea miss on 4 cards to find a land twice. And our hand is not even good if we find a land. We don't have any of our relevant cards. So even though this looks like a good hand to keep, we're gonna mulligan it because we can do better. We have so many cards that are bombs in this matchup. Very good cards we need to find. Bajuka Bog, Relic of Progenitors. So this hand is bad and we should not keep it.
This time I don't have Malevolent Rumble, but you know, Scrapwork Mutt with a Stink with him. I like this hand. I just need to find a 3rd or a 4th land and we get the ball rolling.
Oy. Okay. And I will put this card on the bottom of my library. And now we start the races. Choo choo!
Basic Swamp, your turn.
I love it when my opponents don't do anything turn 1. Thank you, Pastora, for making the mulligan. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the reward for mulliganing. Look at that hand. We have a ninja on turn 2 and a Bajuka Ball. We are so excited to start this game. I will play an island and play a Fairy Sea. Now, I will scry for 2. I would definitely not keep this. And I think this one is still good enough, so we're gonna keep it.
You see I don't do anything on turn 2, but I do cycle my Generous End. And maybe I am skilled enough, like Tommy always is, to go turn 2 Exhume on it.
I don't like that. That would be a bit too much.
I will play the basic force you know of, and I'll play a Scrapwork Mutt. Discard a card, draw a card.
What are you discarding?
This time I have it. Put it in the graveyard, and instead of drawing a card, I'm gonna dredge 5. No, Exhume was the top card.
Ooh.
Not a great dredge.
No.
You can go.
And I see some sideboard cards.
Yes, Suffocating Fumes was brought in against you.
I will draw the card I know. I'm gonna play an island, and it's the time. It's attacking time. And no,
What if I
it flies. You wanna see a cool trick?
Is that ninja? Alright, but can't block it. Alright, 18.
Draw a card, and it's you.
Draw. I will play a Conduct Pylons to surveil 1. Zup. I like this guy. And then I'm gonna cast the Stink with him, but it is actually very big in this format. And you can go.
Oh, not even attacking with the mud?
Nah, if you answered this, I want to be protected against your ninja.
Are you afraid?
I am. If you had the monarchy though, I would have attacked. I
will start my turn with a Fairy Seal. Come on. Now that is a toughie. I'm gonna have to decline both of those. I'm gonna tap the other blue to cast a Preordain.
Okay.
Scry 2. They're great, but no. I'm gonna bottom them.
Wow, what are you looking for?
And draw. I will attack with my ninja.
Very suspicious behavior. Why is Torov attacking me? I have 2 creatures that really want to trade. Suspicious. I really like the top of my deck. I left it there with the pylons. So I don't want to block with the Stink with Imp and then Dredge. So I'm just gonna block with the other creature. Maybe, you know, he has some plans to interrupt my graveyard and I want the Stink with Imp into play. You know what? I'm gonna block with a Scrapwork Mutt.
Okay, they trade. And then I will show you the only land I have left yet to pay.
Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't block with a Stink with Imp then. I draw.
Yes.
And I'll play this card I left on top of my deck. So the previous 2 games, this card brick. They didn't give me any land. But this time is gonna work because I need that land. Man, the City Wayfinder should be stronger. I remember this card to be strong. Okay.
This is unreal.
I lied though. I had a land. But it's topped. But it's okay. You can go.
Still no attacks?
I'm gonna leave my Imp back to block your Fairy Seer for some ninja action.
I'm gonna start off by cycling the Lauren revealed to get an island. I was gonna cast an Augur of Bolas.
Brick. Huh. 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 Brick? No! Okay.
And then I could have played the Faeries before, island, but I wanted to have this cry after so I know what I'm drawing. A little gamble.
A little gamble sometimes, can't hurt. Oh wow, you can also find the bounce land to get back the Bazooka Ball.
I know, right?
That's super good.
But none of those are bounce lands, so I'm gonna put them down. We're looking for specific cards. Go.
Draw. There it is, the land. Classic City Wayfinder behavior. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play a forest. I'll top 4 using my Conducted Pylon and reanimate the Troll with another Dread return from my hand. And with that being done, you can go.
6/5, enormous, can only be blocked by 3. Now this was, ooh. I'll tap 4 and play a Murmuring Mystic. Now we're gonna get the birds going. This is one of the best draw steps of all time. I'm gonna play a Dimir Aqueduct, returning the Bazooka Ball to my hand. So now, it's your turn. I still get hit by a bunch.
Tap for 6.
Yes. Ow.
All right, so you have a Bazooka Bug in your hand. So I need to do a lot of the things. I need to take these out of the graveyard now. Let's start with a Malevolent Rumble. Now, I will mill the top 4 cards in my deck. Sorry, reveal top 4 cards in my deck. Nice, I love to see creatures here. Ooh, this is really good to off. Gonna pick up this Stinkwood Imp, put these 3 in the graveyard. I'm gonna tap 2. I'm going to unearth this Scrapwork Mutt from my graveyard, reveal you, I guess, discard a Stinkwood Imp, put it back to my hand, mill 5. Ooh, Loathly Giant.
Okay.
This is very, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna sacrifice this Eldrazi Spawn for mana, tap a Swamp, discard a Scrapwork Mutt, but this time, instead of discarding a Stinkwood Imp, I'm gonna discard the other mystery card.
Okay.
It's a second Loathly Giant.
Okay.
Draw. I'm sacrificing these 3 creatures to flashback Dread return. It gets exiled. I'm bringing back Loathly Giant. Okay, so this Scrapwork Mutt goes to the exile zone, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You take 8?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. I have another Dread return and another Loathly Giant. So I can sacrifice these 3 creatures. This goes to the exile zone, and this goes on the stack in play and kills you.
I have a Bazooka Bug, which
Too slow.
Right?
Too slow. Wow, this deck is very powerful.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, thank you. Very, very cool gameplay by the Dredge deck over here.
I didn't think I would take so much damage in one turn out of nothing.
That was from 20 to 0 in one attack. Maybe you could reconsider blocking this troll there.
Yeah. Wait, let me just... I block.